time on Halloween includes breaking into a cold sweat and running away from masked maniacs. Join the club, you guys!
Yeah.
My next guest loves that stuff as much as I do, and he's here today to help you plan the most horrifying Halloween night ever. Please welcome managing editor of ShockTillYouDrop.com and my horror buddy, Ryan Turek.
Hi, Keagan.
What's up, Rotten?
That's my nightly rituals, being chased down by masked maniacs.
Yeah, that's how this goes, right?
Yeah.
And all month long, we've been doing nothing but celebrating what you do every day of your life.
Breakers.
Yes! Ball breakers forever. Okay, so this past weekend, we went and did something that I think everybody should, well, everybody that can handle it should try. We went to an event, what is it? How do you describe it? It's called...
I just call it Blackout House. They call it Blackout House, Blackout Elements.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really call it a haunted house. It's just a sensory experience. It's a maze. You gotta crawl, you gotta wade through water, you gotta get down on your knees when told.
They manhandled us.
They manhandle you, yeah.
It was,
they push you around.
Yeah, we got rained on. We got they get up all. It's definitely if you're claustrophobic, if you're afraid of the dark, if you don't like being touched, if you are afraid of anyone jumping out at you, if you don't like the sight of blood, if you don't want to taste anything weird.
Yeah, your personal territorial bubble cannot be popped. They just get in there.
Yeah,
they get in there.
So if you're like sort of over all of the normal Halloween haunted houses, because for me, I don't know, I just feel like those are mostly for kids now.
Yeah.
This one like ups it.
It's an adult-themed attraction, yeah. If you want to be told, you know, what to do, then go for it.
We don't want to do. Okay,
yeah.
What was my reaction when we came out?
Pure silence, and then you giggled. But the great thing was, is you came out. I came out with a plastic bag on my head.
Yeah, I just had
you
a gag.
came out with a gag, with little booties.
Oh, it's so good. All right, now the next one is Universal Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, well, that's more, like I said, I think that's more family-oriented. That is, well, yeah, absolutely family-oriented.
Tell me why.
Especially if you love horror.
Yes.
There's an Evil Dead maze. Who liked the Evil Dead remake?
Loved it.
Evil Dead remake. There's a Walking Dead maze.
Cool.
That is absolutely amazing. But what they do is they basically put you in your favorite movie or TV show. So they pump smells into the maze. They work with the prop designers from these actual movies and television shows to like give you the most accurate experience possible. So that moment when you're walking through the prison of the Walking Dead and someone's munching on guts, it looks like somebody's munching on guts.
And it smells like corpse?
It smells like urine and corpse and other things, yeah.
Family-friendly fun, you guys.
Yes.
And then The Purge.
The Purge is an LA-only experience right now. It's backed up by Blumhouse Productions. Blumhouse has given us Insidious, Paranormal Activity, Sinister, some of my favorite movies. And The Purge came out earlier this year. They did a maze. They teamed up with the guys from Blackout House. So there's a little Blackout element of it, but it almost feels like a sequel to The Purge. You're in your own story where these founding fathers from America are trying to force you into partaking in The Purge and killing your friends and neighbors. And
who doesn't want to do that?
And who doesn't want to do that? And you're given that option at the end.
Really?
Yes, you have to pull a plug and maybe electrocute somebody. And if you choose not to, there are consequences.
Whoa, that is so cool.
And you're given a cool mask. I like free stuff.
Okay, good. Now we have to get into movies because sometimes you don't want to go out on Halloween. You just want to stay home and just get totally freaked out in your own living room.
Yeah.
So what are the movies that we should see?
Well, the first thing above all, guys, Trick or Treat.
Yes.
Trick or Treat, not Trick or Treat, which is based on an 80s movie. Trick or Treat is a kind of Creepshow-esque anthology horror film. It is the epitome of Halloween. It is to adults what It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown is to kids. It's very adult themed. It's very bloody. It sweats and bleeds and cries Halloween. Have you seen it? You've seen it. Yeah, it's a crowd-pleasing movie, and there's this great moment where these girls turn into werewolves after feasting on men.
They may or may not have inspired my Halloween costume.
Oh.
Just saying. Little
tease.
tease, that's all I gotta say. Now, what are some other movies?
Well, there's also opening, well, it came out last week, a film that we're releasing called Solo.
I saw Solo.
You did?
I did. It's awesome.
Thank you. That is the first film that we're releasing under our distribution arm. And if you like Friday the 13th, if you like films like Just Before Dawn from the 70s, it's about a girl who has to go to, she's a camp counselor, and part of the initiation is you spend 2 nights on an island by yourself. and everything's going great until there's a creeper lurking around.
Always, of course there's a creeper.
Yeah, but it begins, and you think it's a supernatural thriller. And it kind of plays with, you know, there's a clip that we just saw. But you think it's a supernatural thriller, but then it turns into like this kind of real world thing, you know, terror.
It's cool, and it's real, and it's girl power all the way.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, totally.
And then one of my absolute favorites.
Yes, the one that everybody should have seen, but no one came out to see, Cabin in the Woods. The love letter to horror.
I love that movie.
Joss Whedon. Hello, the Avengers, guys. And what they should have waited is done the Avengers and then release Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, yeah,
but
that could have been.
No, Cabin in the Woods is a love letter of horror. It is their archetypal. Kids go off into the cabin in the woods. They have sex. They do drugs. And then the monsters come out to play.
All of them.
All of them. A unicorn, a killer clown, the strangers. I mean, it's so good, and no one went to go see it, so please go see it.
You guys, that's the one.
It's criminal.
Ryan, thank you so much for celebrating all things
Halloween. I hope I gave you
with
something
me.
good.
You have inspired me all week. He was part of the carving contest as well, you guys.
Right, and no one voted.
So a little bit of love for everybody. All right, you guys, you can get all of these ideas on our Facebook page. And to get more horror reviews and news from Ryan, you can go to shocktillyoudrop.com. Up next, you guys, my Uncle Willie Nile is performing, so do not